How did it end? Author Orpheus for Reading for Minutes published 14.06. 2021 updated 14.06. 2021, Santa Barbara, is a foreign TV series that was broadcast in Russia back in the 90s. Surprisingly, but here they did not show the very beginning and did not show the end of the story, which seemed endless. Viewers began to get acquainted with the series only after the 100th series. And the narration was interrupted a few hundred episodes before the end. Despite this, Santa Barbara became a truly popular series. Her name also appears in literary works and even in novels for teenagers. In any Russian house of the 90s closely followed the fate of the main characters. They became members of the family. What is so memorable about the series? Well, this narrative is about the struggle of two wealthy families. The first is the Capwells, led by millionaire C. Capwell. He's a typical American wealthy gentleman. A tall, older man. Able to make judicious decisions. He is by nature bossy and decisive, always ready to defend his family. The downside is that his self-confidence and ability to patronize leads to despotism. On the other side is his opponent Lionel Lockridge. He is less fortunate. Fearful of C. Capable of cunning. But he's also fighting for his family against the Capwell clan. They both have many children, relatives. It seems to be an idyll, but instead of a quiet life, they are constantly fighting with each other. Their wealth attracts other people who want to get rich at their expense. So various negative characters appear, threatening the Capwell family. But on guard is Inspector Cruz Castillo, who is in love with Eden Capwell, the beautiful daughter of C. Capwell. Together they will have many adventures. Eden will end up in a woodland shower, confined to a wheelchair, but then relearns to walk and is brought back. Her sister Callie will become involved with a criminal with whom she will find temporary happiness, but then he will take up his old ways. Other family members, such as Mason Capwell, will have many adventures. At times, the series will be reminiscent of numerous action movies of the 80s. At some point, in episodes with Cruz Castillo, the series will even make a bias towards Bond. And other episodes will remind of fantasy. For example, Cruz and Eden's meeting with Santa Claus. So the viewer will not be bored. How can you get bored on a train with dynamite attached to the carriage? There are many episodes with casinos, bank robberies. Eden will be accused of murder, but then acquitted. Mason will lose his memory and be kidnapped. There's a lot of stuff going on. Also worth mentioning is the underage Brandon Capwell. Gina Capwell will fight for parental rights over the child. With such a mom will not be bored. In the series there is even an episode where they will run away from the helicopter chasing them. There will also be an explosion of the car. Thus, to bore Russian viewers at the screens of CRT TV did not have to. And yet, everything comes to an end. What was the last episode of Santa Barbara? In this episode, Sophia confesses that she loves C, and always has. They decide to get married. Reese and Jody couldn't be together. Gracie gives birth, with Mason present. It all ends at BJ and Warren's wedding ceremony. During it, Andy disguises herself as a maid and sneaks in. She has a sniper rifle. Mason learns of Julia's pregnancy. Andy decides from the balcony who to shoot. At first she wanted to shoot Callie, but then she decides to kill Jody. But then McCabe, noticing her, sneaks up behind her and disarms the girl. Lionel and Gina dance at the wedding. Then everyone starts dancing. After that, letters with the names of the actors in the show appear. Then the employees of the set are shown. At the end, Paul Rauch, who is an executive producer, is shown. He walks around the studio where Santa Barbara was filmed. He smokes, then puts out his cigarette. Then he leaves the frame. And that's it. That's the end of this great and enduring series.